Hello everyone, welcome back to my digital diaries. I'm Jitendra Ghanekar and this is our Frontend Developer Course. In this video, we are going to deep dive into React Forms, how forms works in React, how to handle user input and how to build clean real-world form logic. Before we begin, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel and join the community to get full course access and updates. So let's get started with React Forms. In this slide, we are going to understand the difference between a basic HTML form and a React form. This comparison is very important because as a front-end developer, you should know when to use a simple HTML form and when the React forms are the better choice. Let's start with a basic HTML form. A basic HTML form does not have built-in state management. What does it mean? It means the browser directly reads values from the DOM element like input fields when the form is submitted. We don't track the value while the user is typing. For a validation, HTML forms mostly depend on HTML attributes such as required, pattern, minimum or max. If we need advanced validation, we must write manual JavaScript, which can become messy as the form grows. Another important point is default browser behavior. When we submit an HTML form, using action and method, the page usually reloads. This is fine for a traditional website but not ideal for a modern single page application. Customization in HTML form is limited. If you want better validation messages and animations or interactive UI behaviors, you need to write extra JavaScript code for it. Error handling is also very basic. The browser shows a default error messages and there is a minimal interaction or a feedback for users. Because of all these, basic HTML forms are best suited for small static forms like contact forms or simple data submission pages. Now let's move to the React forms. In React forms, inputs are controlled using React state. This is done using tools like useState, useReducer or form libraries. Here React always knows the current value of each input. These give us a full control over what the user types and how the app reacts. Validation logic in React forms is much more flexible. We can write custom validation functions or use popular libraries like React for Hook Forms, Formic and Yup. Form submission is handled using the onSubmit event. This allows us to prevent page reload, controlled API calls and integrated form logic directly with the application. React forms are highly customizable. We can add real-time validation, show errors while typing and build dynamic workflows such as conditional fields or multi-step forms. User experience is much richer. React Forms supports inline error messages, live feedbacks, and better accessibility improvement. Because of all these features, React Forms are perfect for a complex and dynamic forms such as a login system, sign-up flows, dashboards, and multi-step wizard used in modern applications. To summarize, HTML forms are simple, fast, and good for small static use cases. React Forms provides control, flexibility, better UX and scalability. In real-world front-end applications, React Forms are the preferred choice. So this is the example of a basic HTML form, and this is an example of a React form. In this section, we are going to understand one of the most important concepts in React Forms: control components and uncontrolled components. This topic is very commonly asked in interviews also, very important for real-world React application. Let's understand both one by one. We will start with control components. A control component is a form element whose value is controlled by React state. This means React is a single source of truth for the input value. Whenever the user types something in the input field, the value is stored in the React state, usually using useState. Now let's understand when to use control component. You should use a control component when the form validation is required, for example, checking email format or a password length. You can use it when you need instant feedback, like showing an error message while typing. Form data changes dynamically based on the user input, then you should prefer to go with the control component. You are building a production level form such as a login, sign up or checkout forms, then the control component is the best choice. Now let's understand how control components works. The form value is stored in useState. The input values comes directly from the state, and every time the user types something, the onChange event is triggered. Inside a onChange, we update the state. So React re-renders the component with the updated value. So basically every change flows through the React. This gives us a full control, better validation and predictable behavior. Now let's understand uncontrolled component. An uncontrolled component stores form data inside the DOM, not inside a React state. In this case, React does not track input changes on every keystroke. When to use uncontrolled component? You are working with a very simple form, then uncontrolled component can be a good choice. Performance is critical and you want fewer re-renders, then you can go for an uncontrolled component. You are doing a quick prototype, you can quickly use uncontrolled component. Now how it works. There is no use state for input value. Instead of state, we use a use rep, and the input value is read directly from the DOM element. The DOM itself manages the input state. We usually read the value only when the form is submitted. This approach is closer to the traditional HTML form. Now let's quickly summarize the difference. If you talk about the control components, it is managed by React state. There is more code but more control. It is best for a real world and production apps, while uncontrolled components managed by the DOM, there is a less code and it's simpler, best for a small or a quick forms. In modern React applications, control components are preferred one because they provide a better validations, user experience and maintainability. Now let's start with our React form demo. We are going to use a React form with control components. We will use our existing React app for this demo. I will provide the GitHub link in the description. If you are not aware of how to create a blank instance, blank React instance, please refer to our previous video where we set up a blank instance and also explained how the folder structure works. The link to that video also be provided in the description. For now, you can create a blank instance using create React app. To do this, open the terminal. and here choose your folder where you want to create it, and then use npx create hyphen react hyphen app space my hyphen react hyphen app. This will create your app, that is my React app. In this case we are using a my app, so maybe you can have a, this command will create a blank React project. I am not running it now because I already have a React instance set up. So that's the end of today's video. If you found this video useful, please like the video, share it with your friends or colleagues, and subscribe to the channel for more digital technical content. Also, don't forget to join the channel for exclusive updates and learning. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.